Okay, this one's about first swap question. This was a newbie question that we got, and we got answers from different swingers, and they're kind of interesting to share. This one, the first, is about newbies' first swap. The wife thinks it's better with friendship with other couples to try the swap, and the guy thinks that maybe strangers would be an easier swap. So, and you want to take a couple of these. That is a girl, by the way, right there.
Isn't that funny? The guy just wants straight physical and the girl wants friendship. Doesn't always work that way, but I understand.
Yeah, and he's asking. He basically was asking what we thought that it would be the easiest for the first swap, and the first swap's going to have nerves. It's just the way it is. No matter how much you've had sex before your relationship, if it's been a while, it's going to be nerve wracking. It I had an experience where one of the things we did at a party, it was in this room, and I had the windows open, and it was a pretty big party, and we were kind of having like a little orgy, and I look up and I see like the whole glass filled with faces of people watching. It was like I'd never had that before, so it was disconcerting. So as a newbie, there are some things you might want to watch out for that'll cause you kind of surprise. Didn't affect the orgy part of it, but I got up and I closed the window, and people were going, "Oh no!" So that was location of where it was at. But so first swaps.
Shane says there's no right or wrong answer here. It's whatever works for you. And Desiree says just don't do anything that isn't uncomfortable, because you don't want to resent, or you don't want the woman to resent, or even the man to resent the lifestyle.
Some people, so generally speaking, it's believed in the lifestyle that if you know the people, you have better sex. Some of the first sex with people is not as good as the third or second sex with them. So generally speaking, they believe it's better sex. But again, it's what you get a thrill out of too. There are sometimes women and a lot of men get a thrill out of doing it with a stranger, somebody they don't know. And so that's something that that is to be thought about, discussed about. Some of this stuff about your rules and about things need to be talked about in advance. How your first swap should go should be in advance. What I do recommend is no accidental swings. They call them barbecue swings, where you invite a bunch of people over and then you drink too much and you do stuff in the bedroom. That can be a disaster. For not only your wife but also or husband, but also and men get pulled on it too, where they get pulled into a room with another couple not expecting it, and that can cause some emotional stress for both genders.
Here's the frustration when you have vanilla friends. Bill says they had several friends throughout the years that they could have swapped with, or at least he thought so. He would have done it, and his wife was a little tempted, but in the end nothing happened because they were in a small rural town. We understand that. So they chose to go to Lifestyle Club 200 miles away in a big city, and it was definitely the way for them to go. But for other people, they may not agree. But here's the thing. You aren't going to have the challenges and the awkwardness. And oftentimes, we had friends that were vanilla. He used to be a swinger. And they would just sit and tease about it, and we'd talk about it, and it never actually went because his new wife wasn't into the lifestyle. And she wanted to, but her Catholic values got in the way. So, there's a lot of things that have to be worked out before people are okay with doing lifestyle swaps. So to just hope that it happens, you're just going to all be exhausted and frustrated at the end of the day. So
it's kind of interesting how those values pop up, because the value was they wouldn't do it as a couple, but she wanted to do it individually. So it's kind of interesting that if it was an affair, she would have been fine with it. But as a couple and officially, she didn't want to mess up her Catholic values. So that's kind of an interesting. She said it wasn't me, and it wasn't my wife, but it was that she didn't want to officially do it. If it happened by accident, they would have been okay. But now she officially knows, and so she can't officially do it. So it's kind of interesting how those values work.
Swap first, then become close friends. I kind of like that. It's kind of fun.
Sometimes there's an advantage to that. Now I pitch the other advantage for comfort. The other advantage to swapping first is you like their sex. So there have been people that we've become friends with, and then their sex wasn't that good, and so it wasn't very fun.
Yeah.
And so then you have this friend who you don't really want to do again. So that is the advantage of sex first and relationship afterwards if you're looking for friends with benefits.
I like Mike's suggestion.
Yeah. Go ahead and read it. Was that the
That
one
was the
of
one
day?
swap
Yeah.
first, become close friends, and then you can play. Awesome.
Play awesome. That works too, and that's the other side of that coin. So we get both sides of the coin, and something that newbies have to work out with each other as far as their roles. And the first swing is definitely something that they should discuss.
I think I agree most myself, though, with Caitlin. Caitlin said, she's a top contributor to our site, I prefer building a connection first. I can't open myself up to strangers sexually. So getting to know someone helps build up the sexual anticipation that I need.
Sometimes it's nice to look forward to being able to have sex with someone, too.
Yeah.
People find that in the lifestyle.
It's kind of hot.
Okay, well, thank you for watching.